In this question, once again, you're given two equations. Y equals 2x plus 3. Is that in slope-intercept form?
Yes.
Okay. Who said no? Okay, and then we have a second equation that is x plus 3y plus 10 equals 0. Is that in slope-intercept form? No. Now they tell us that you have to come up with an equation of a new line in the form y equals mx plus b. To come up with an equation of a line, what are the two things you have to figure out? Jadelyn, if I need to write an equation of a line, I need to know what? Slope and? Okay, so we have to come up with an equation of a new line that is perpendicular to this line and has the same x-intercept as this line. Well, if they tell us that it's perpendicular to this, do we know M or B, what it has to be of our new line?
No.
We don't?
No, like if...
It's perpendicular to this line, which means what is the new line? What should the slope be if it's perpendicular? A negative reciprocal. So the slope of line A, we'll call this line A, is what? What's the slope of line A? 2 over... 1. So the new line should have a slope of negative 1 over 2. The other information we're given, the other information is that it has the same x-intercept as this. But we need to know the y-intercept, right? It has the same x-intercept as this. Do you know what the x-intercept of this line is? Just by looking at it?
You have to change it to y equals mx.
Do we know the x-intercept just by looking at it? So this is where you have to do an extra step here. Well, it has the same x-intercept as this line, so let's figure out what is the x-intercept of that line. How do you find an x-intercept? We set what equal to 0? Okay, so we're going to replace y with the number 0 to figure out what is the x-intercept. That's what we need to find. It has the same x-intercept as that, so let's figure out what is the x-intercept. That's the first step. Okay, so x plus 3 times 0. What's 3 times 0?
0.
Plus 10. So what is x equal to?
Negative 10.
Negative 10. Good. So the x-intercept is negative 10 of this line. That means the coordinate, a point, is negative 10, 0, right? We know a point on our new line. It has to have that point on the line, okay? So we know it has to have negative 10 and 0 for x and y, and we know that m has to be negative 1 over 2. Now can you find b? How do we find b if we are given x and y and we are given m? We figured all of that out. Can we find b? How? Plug it in and isolate for b. Do that right now if you didn't do this already. So once again, m is equal to negative 1 over 2 because we know it has to be a negative reciprocal. X and y, x was negative 10 and y is 0 because it had the same x-intercept. Shh. Negative 10, 0 is an x-intercept, right? When y is 0, the value of x is the intercept.
Yeah.
So we need to plug all of these in and solve for b. So y is what? What am I replacing y with? I'm replacing y with 0. What am I replacing m with? What am I replacing x with? Negative 10 over, okay, write it as a fraction. Shh. Plus b. Why do I need to find b? I need that to write the equation of the line, right? I can't write an equation of line if I don't know b. Okay, so let's solve this now. 0 equals, what's negative 1 times negative 10? Negative 1 times negative 10. Positive 10. 2 times 1. Okay, remember how to multiply fractions? You multiply the numerators, then you multiply the denominators. Plus b. What's 10 divided by 2?
5.
So if 0 equals 5 plus b, what does b equal to? Negative 5, okay? What was our m equal to?
Negative 1 over 2.
So I want you to now tell me what is the equation of our new line? Y equals?
Negative 1
Over 2x
Minus 5.
So
What?